Back at Safeco Field, just about set for kickoff here. Let's briefly take a look at Canada's lineup, where, as we said, Evan Pelleroute has changed things a little bit, especially at the back.
Well, he has brought Candace Chapman into that right defensive position, but other than that, really no big changes. Karina LeBlanc in net, and she's been playing well up until now, but we'll see what happens today with a stronger offense in Mexico.
And as far as Mexico is concerned, as you said at the top of the show, Helen, a lot of American-born, American-based players on this team.
Well, that's what Mexico did. They looked north of the border to find some American players with Mexican heritage, and they've done just that. Gonzalez is from Texas, and she plays in the Boston Breakers. We've got Monica Gerardo, Maribel Dominguez, a bunch of players on this starting lineup that were actually born in the States, but of Mexican heritage.
Okay, the winner of this game goes on to the Gold Cup final against the United States, who beat Costa Rica earlier today. There's the official for tonight's game. That's Claire Jimenez of Costa Rica, assisted by Linda Bramble of Trinidad and Tobago and Colette Riley of Jamaica. As I said, the winner of this game has a date in the Gold Cup final with the United States. The loser will play in the consolation final against Costa Rica. The top two finishers in this tournament, as you take a look at the conditions for tonight's game, are automatically qualified for the World Cup. So that's how important this game is here this evening. Christine Sinclair leads all players in goal scoring in this tournament with 7. Watch for her tonight in a supporting role in behind Charmaine Hooper and Cara Lang for Canada from an offensive point of view. This is the second game of the doubleheader, the United States, Costa Rica earlier, and now we wrap up the evening with Canada and Mexico. Brittany Timko there, set to kick it off with Charmaine Hooper. Mexico in all white this evening. Karina LeBlanc gets her third straight start in goal for Canada, and we are underway. There's Cara Lang immediately knocking the ball deep into the Mexican zone. Goes all the way out for a goal kick. The keeper for Mexico is Jennifer Molina. She played in 2 of the 3 round-robin games and is now here in the semifinal. Number 11 is Patty Perez, who knocks the ball forward. Back for Canada. Brianna Boyd under pressure. Boyd turns away and swings it forward. Hooper can't get to it. And Randy Hermes knocks it downfield. Perez back and then knocked forward. After that is Candace Chapman. In behind everybody, Hooper races for it, but the defender barely beats her to it. That's Monica Gonzalez, who sends it back to Molina. Headed into the middle and then knocked clear.
Well, already, Jerry, I think we're seeing the Mexicans attacking more than we've seen any of the 3 teams attacking in the first little bit of this tournament. Free kick here called for Canada. Looked like a handball.
Evan Pelleroute took over in January of 2000. There's Leonardo Cuellar, the Mexican coach who played internationally for Mexico and who was also played in the NASL, the old NASL.
And Mexico's had him as a coach for the last 3 years, and they attribute a lot of their success to his coaching.
Randy Hermes battling on the far side. Pelleroute led Norway to the World Cup Championship in 1995. And it will be a big disappointment if they don't win this game tonight and qualify for next year's World Cup to be played in China. Mexico already looking like the strongest opponent Canada has faced so far. There's a ball played in deep, and Karina LeBlanc comes off her line to play it. Ended up kicking, incidentally, I believe, Maribel Dominguez, the Mexican captain, who's still down.
Well, one area that Canada really has to dominate is in that central midfield area, and that's something that right now Mexico has taken control of. And here's a look at that challenge with LeBlanc. Looks like she pleated her a little bit there.
There was no doubt she did. However, accidental it may or may not have been. Maribel Dominguez, the captain, she scored in a 5-1 victory over Panama. She's still down. Karina LeBlanc, meanwhile, Evan Pellerud says she has simply gotten stronger and stronger over the course of the autumn, and he has no choice but to play her right now over 19-year-old Erin McLeod. Referee Claire Jimenez of Costa Rica already into the middle of things here on that last play.
And it looks like she's going to give a drop ball, actually.
Which is something you don't see all that often, and it's knocked down by Andrea Neal. The Mexican keeper Molina comes out to take it. Mexican ball here now.
A much different Mexican team than I remember in the Concacaf in 1998. A lot stronger. Very technical, like their men's team, like to hold on to the ball, like to play with the ball. Very confident team.
Cuellar, who played for the San Diego Sockers primarily of the NASL. He also coaches their under-19 team. Chapman heading that one away. Here's Carl Lang. Bothered there by Gomez. This is Vergara. Monica Vergara losing out there. Forward for Lang now. 16-year-old Carl Lang. By the defender, there's the cross. Canada's first opportunity coming close there with Silvana Burtini.
And Carl Lang makes a beautiful run. Really dekes out her defender, puts a great ball across. Burtini just couldn't get on the end of that one well enough, but that was a great effort. Carl Lang has improved so much over the course of this year, taking on players. She's got so much confidence.
Throw in Canada. Candace Chapman played as the right-sided midfielder, the right flank midfielder in the 3 other games, has been moved back a little bit. She will have the freedom to go forward, but she's playing as a defender here in a flat back 4 setup as opposed to the traditional 3-5-2.
And a nice play here, Carl Lang. Look at her footwork. Faking out her defender, going one way, then going the other. And a beautiful ball across, perfectly placed to Burtini, but just couldn't get on the end of that one.
Boyd. Timko. Back to Boyd. Looking for Lang, too far. Headed away by Elizabeth Gonzalez. Or Gomez, pardon me. That one off the head of Gomez. Chapman to put it back in for Lang. Chapman coming back there, but
she should have really allowed that play to go on. Chapman had possession of the ball. She got a little knock there, was pulled but tugged on their shirt, but usually you try to let possession go if the team has possession.
Free kick from well out to be taken by Chapman. Sent in deep. Hooper is there, Lang is there. Knocked away. Timko chips it back in. Hooper is there. She's not offside either, and then she's taken down in the area. Mad scramble in the box. Cleared away. To the far side is Lang now. Back for Andrea Neal. Not out of danger from Mexico's point of view. Into the middle of the box and right through everybody.
Well, I bet Charmaine Hooper wishes she had that one again. She should have hit that one first time. That one touch on the ball got the Mexican defender closing her down just enough so she couldn't get a shot off.
Let's have another look at how close Canada came here.
And there's Hooper. Probably should have tried to strike it. Her defender was right on her. That one touch she took just got the ball away from her.
Charmaine Hooper, 55 goals in 88 appearances for Canada. At age 34, she's made it well known that she has hung around here for one last opportunity to get to that World Cup and do some damage there, and she feels it's a real possibility under Evan Pellerud. Well, it certainly is, win this game and they're in. This is Patty Perez. She's knocking one high into the middle. Neal heads it to the far side. Burtini can't get there in time. Knocked away by Susanna Mora.
And Burtini allowed to maybe push up a little bit more in this game. She's been told she doesn't have to worry about defending as much. She's got to push forward.
Here's the way it's gone for Canada, opening with a big victory over Haiti, and another big one over Jamaica, and then a slightly more difficult challenge in Costa Rica, 3-0 the final there, but it's been 23 goals scored and only 1 allowed. Canada with a corner kick coming up here. And it will be taken by 17-year-old Brittany Timko of Coquitlam, BC. Here's her corner. Not out of danger yet. Finally it is. Foul goes Canada's way. Lots of Mexican supporters in Safeco Field here this evening.
And a good call there by the ref. A little tug of the shirt on Brianna Boyd.
Sharolta Nonen. Sends it in there nicely and header. Scores! Canada has taken a 1-0 lead here early in the semifinal. Here we go.
And here's a look at that one. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that might have gone off a Mexican defender. It was an own goal. Look at that again.
Yeah, Andrea Neal went up for it, but she did not touch it. It is indeed an own goal. Another look at it one more time. Yes, definitely an own goal as Canada coming back looking for more. So Canada has the first goal of this match, the all-important first goal in the 11th minute of play. An own goal. Here's Fatima Leyva, back for Mexico. Through ball played too far. Nonen knocks it back for Karina LeBlanc. Here's another look at that own goal. Definitely an own goal by Jocelina Valderrama.
And that's what Canada wants. They want to get off a goal lead or 2-goal lead, relax them a little bit, but Mexico coming back with a free kick here.
First opportunity perhaps for Mexico. Swung in there nicely, LeBlanc punches it away. That one taken by Perez, and it was a good one. LeBlanc had to be sharp. Goal kick Canada. Valderrama once again the victim on that one. So a goal kick here for Karina LeBlanc now.
And what a great save she just made. She had a Mexican player coming in at her and she just made that decision, came out and hit that one away. Great save.
Here's Hooper down the left side. Lang has moved into the box. He nearly had that one, couldn't get it. And it's a goal kick for Mexico. The Mexican team lost to the United States 3-0. Then they beat Panama by a score of 5-1 before beating Trinidad and Tobago 2-0 on 2 goals by Monica Garrido. That means they finished second in Group 1 behind the United States, and in the crossover play the winners of Group 2. That's Canada. That's where we are here this evening. Most of the play in Mexico's zone. Timko heads that one forward. Lang and Hooper both losing out. Neal heads it into the middle, but it's right at a Mexican player. They're coming forward now with Gerardo. That was broken up nicely. Randy Hermes stepping forward. Here's Leyva. He goes down heavily. And the referee does not like that one, and she's telling Burtini Timko to settle down.
Well, one thing about Burtini, she's not afraid to go in hard, and there again she goes in hard. I don't think she intentionally meant to hit her, but she was going in so fast that there was no other option.
Evan Pellerud has talked about Burtini Timko and how strong she is and how consistent she has become, and the way she just knows how to read the game almost better than anybody on the team, knows when to step forward and knows when to stay back, and she certainly chose the right time there, although she got the call against her. Neal is looking for Burtini. That ball wasn't strong enough. Neal steps up again and fouls Valderrama.
Well, one thing I'm noticing, Jerry, is that midfield, there's a look at Andrea's foul, but that midfield's really hanging behind the Mexican players. They're not having an opportunity to win possession. There's the strikers, and between the strikers and the Canadian midfielders, there's Mexican players who are winning possession of that ball.
Long free kick knocked in there that's not fielded cleanly by Canada. Boyd knocking it out, and so it's a throw in for Mexico here deep in Canada's zone. Elizabeth Gomez from the University of Miami. There's a long one taken and over the net. Mexico with a shot directed at goal there.
Not a bad strike.
From Fatima Leyva, who scored against Panama.
Here's a look at that strike. Beautifully taken, just a little high, but it was dipping. If she was back another couple yards, that might have come very close.
Here's another ball played in. This one for Dominguez. And down goes Dominguez in the box. The referee says play on. It's knocked back in there, and there's Karina LeBlanc. So Mexico putting up a very good fight here through the first quarter of an hour. Canada on the own goal by Valderrama, leading by 1-0. Throw in quickly taken by Burtini. Neal knocks it into the center of the box. Hooper heads him back. Here's Timko. Back for Boyd. Boyd again steps up to head it forward. Chapman working there against Perez. Here's Perez now. Bothered by Christine Sinclair, but it's Mexico's ball.
Mexico's so good at really holding their body between the ball, and the only other option for Sinclair there, the only option she had was to knock her over. Unfortunately, Sinclair is such a strong player, Jerry. Physically tall, solid.
There by Nonen. And Neal knocks it down. Hooper couldn't control. Gomez knocks it forward. Chapman knocks it back. Good work there from Leyva. Then she hands it right to Neal. Neal, though, gives up possession and then fouls Vergara and gets the yellow card for her trouble.
And here we take a look at Neal. She loses possession of the ball, and you can just see her there trying to hold on to her opponent, and really deservedly a yellow card there.
31-year-old Andrea Neal of Vancouver. Hooper. That failed. Nonen steps forward for Burtini. That was cleared. Valderrama has it. Burtini dispossesses her. Back to Burtini. Here's Perez. Oh, this is a dangerous play by Canada. Karina LeBlanc way off her line. as Dominguez was right in there. That could have been a mess for Canada. Karina LeBlanc does like to play well out. And that was a perfect example of that. And I imagine Evan Pelleroot's heart was in his throat for a moment there.
Definitely not the best decision by Karina LeBlanc. She did have 2 defenders. When you have defenders, you really don't want to challenge for a ball like that. She should have gone back and defended her goal area.
Andrea Neal with the yellow card, and Candace Chapman there, I think, getting a hand in the face inadvertently. Since she's near the Canadian bench, she's coming out to have a look, get it looked at. I think it was a hand from the Mexican player, and it could be a nosebleed now because of it. Let's see if we can see what happened here in this play.
Well, she gets possession of the ball.
Oh, shoulder.
Yeah, it looks like she just banged right into her.
Meanwhile, the ball sent in deep. Hooper flicks it on. Keeper is there. We still watch Candace Chapman getting worked on. Back live now with Mexico breaking out. There's Randy Hermes to collect that ball. Randy Hermes, another player who has delighted Coach Pelleroot. As you see Chapman getting worked on, has just become stronger and stronger. It's another case where he just can't take her out of the lineup, even though he's got the likes of Claire Rustad waiting in the wings. Melanie Booth. Not sure what that call was. Dominguez going down and having a word with the referee over it. Mexico wins it. Here we go.
Randy holding off well there. Just looked like a
looked innocent enough, didn't it?
Yeah.
In deep is Valderrama. Hermes is there. Burtini all the way back to help out. However, this is another one going Mexico's way.
Well, Jerry, we talked off the top about Canada not being challenged defensively, and we're seeing maybe the effects of that, not being used to the attack being so concentrated in their end.
Chapman has not been able to make her way back on the pitch, so for the moment, at least, they're down one player. So Charmaine Hooper is coming all the way back here as well. Here's the free kick. Swung in nicely, and header over the bar. Mexico coming close again. That was Monica Gerardo, who scored both goals against Trinidad and Tobago.
And a beautifully taken free kick there, and no Canadian player. Well, actually, Gerardo does a really good job of winning that one. Andrea Neal right behind her. But it's not very often that we see the opposition winning those balls in the air. That's one of Canada's strengths.
Candace Chapman has received the repairs. As you can see, it looks like a bloodied nose was the problem there, but she's back out on the pitch and ready to go. Another throw in for Mexico, taken quickly. It's Dominguez, knocked away. Hooper. Bad ball for Candace Chapman. Throw in here for Mexico. Gomez. Headed on by Perez. Back is Boyd. For Lang. Lang in for Hooper, too far.
Jerry, one problem with those long balls, especially when Canada's defending in their own end, is when they knock those balls forward, there's only maybe 1 or 2 Canadian players against 4 Mexican players. The chances of them keeping possession is very little. To play those long balls, they've got to push at least 1 or 2 midfielders up to support those strikers.
Throw in from Mora. Timko sends it forward. Good work there by Dominguez to move the ball forward, and Mexico still on the attack. Here's Valderrama. Sinclair. Hooper now. For Lang, she has it. There's her cross. A little too far. Valderrama lets it go. Throw in now from Mora. Everybody just sort of waiting for that ball there before the Mexican player Vergara knocked it back. Canadian substitutes are all loosening up on the sidelines here to keep warm. Randy Hermes knocks it forward. There's Timko. This is Perez. That play's broken up. Chapman had stepped forward.
And
Leyva.
A lot of these balls are going right to Mexican players in the midfield.
Mexico with lots of possession here. Canada breaking it up, but Mexico doing very well. Here's Hooper now. Boyd back to Hermes. She swings it in there, knocked away. No foul called on that play, and back comes Mexico. They've got 2 players forward plus the ball carrier. And then they messed that one up just a little bit. Neal had stepped forward to break it up. Mexico's ball here. You feel Mexico just coming on just a little bit by bit. Watch that play there.
Randy Timko just trying to do anything to get at the ball.
Looked like she wanted to grab it there for a moment. Here we go with the free kick. Sent in deep. There's LeBlanc confidently out that time to grab it.
And she is playing with a lot of confidence out there. She's played the last 3 games, and every game she's come out a little bit stronger, a little bit more confident.
That ball from Chapman went all the way down to the keeper. Both Lang and Hooper were up there, but Molina comes out. Oh, and then they cough it up. Here's Christine Sinclair. Takes a shot right at the keeper. She was a little too far out maybe and knew she was pressured and had to get it away.
Yeah, unfortunately that ball looked like it got fumbled in her feet a little bit, or she would have been away a lot quicker, would have had a little bit more time. And here we look at her. She gets the ball, she gets a little fumbled there, tries to get a strike off, but again, she wasn't really well positioned. She was a little bit too far out, couldn't get enough power behind that one, but a really good effort by Sinclair and a defensive mistake on the Mexican side.
Ironic that Pellerud did say, as we watch this, they have to capitalize on their scoring chances.
Well, so far Mexico's had the run of the play, and that was a good opportunity for Sinclair to put Canada up 2-0, but just couldn't get enough behind that ball. Gets it across the defender there. Gets in the open, but just not enough power.
Mexico with players forward. No flag on that play. LeBlanc comes out handily again. It's Hermes.
And that was a really nice ball forward for the Mexicans. If you notice, it actually had a backspin on it, which would have allowed the player to get to it a little bit quicker, but Karina LeBlanc again does a good job of coming out confidently.
Chapman gets by one player very nicely. This is Candace Chapman with a good run deep. Losing possession at least momentarily and then for good. And that call goes against Canada. Have a look here.
Well, Candace Chapman does a good job of winning possession again, and it looks like just a challenge between the 2 players. I'm not sure what was called there.
Chapman back. Neal to Hermes. Here's Randy Hermes. Over Hooper's head. Hermes steps forward. She's caught out a little bit now. Opportunity here for Mexico. And there's the shot well off the mark. Maribel Dominguez. Candace Chapman, who went off earlier, you'll recall, but is back in there. And moving back a little bit. Candace Chapman getting a nosebleed here today in the game. Brianna Boyd had one in practice in yesterday's training session, so seems to be the problem for this Canadian team right now. However, both are playing and playing well. That's some good moves there by Vergara.
Well, this Mexican team sure does have a lot of technical skill, and wow, they're causing a few problems in the midfield there for Canada.
Throw in for Susana Mora. We knew this game would be a more difficult game. It was hard to say just how much more, but evidently, after nearly half an hour, Mexico is prepared to give Canada all they can handle here. Throw in now for Mexico. This is Mora. You may hear the trains going by here outside Safeco Field. They are very close. One was fighting down in the corner. So Sharolta Nonen down there. Nonen comes away with it. Canada wins the ball here. Referee Karina Jimenez has made many calls here in the first half hour.
And here's a look at that one. Silvana Burtini holding off her player.
Valderrama called for the foul.
Burtini again back in that defensive position.
Burtini back to help out on the left side a lot. And Candace Chapman, the same thing on the right side. Chapman actually playing as a defender here today. 4 at the back for Canada. They have been playing with 3 all through this tournament.
And really a good decision by Pellerud. That right side was getting very congested in that last game against Costa Rica, especially in the first half. That gives a little bit more space on that right-hand side, and Candace Chapman does have the freedom to move up. She's so dangerous when she takes those balls all the way from the back forward, so it'll be good to see her do a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Nonen clears. Burtini with the throw in. Takes it quickly. Here's Burtini back with it. Hermes knocks it in. And it'll be Mexico's ball here. This is Mora. It'll still be Mexico's ball. Cleared down. They have one player going deep. Boyd misses that one, and then back behind is Brianna Boyd to clear. Very dangerous that time. Things are looking a little bit dicey for Canada at the back from time to time.
Well, LeBlanc again shouldn't have been out there. Brianna Boyd was there with her opponent. Karina LeBlanc makes a bad decision, comes out, misses possession of the ball, and good thing that the Mexican squad didn't keep possession.
Here they have with another opportunity, trying to get squared for the shot, and there it is, but it's right at LeBlanc. Mexico having the better opportunities right now, that time from Gerardo. Here's Lang, off the Mexican player and out.
Again, the problem Canada's going to face is when they're defending, they don't have enough players up front. They're knocking those long balls in, but there's no one for Charmaine Hooper or Carl Lang to knock them into. They touch them on with their heads, they're going to go back into the Mexican defense.
Chapman's throw in for Lang. Never got to her. Knocked ahead by Dominguez. Boyd is back to clear. Pardon me, it's Nonen who cleared that one. Sinclair heads it on. Cleared by Gomez. Valderrama knocks it to the far side. All the way out. Mexico making mistakes at the back as well here. Andrea Neal with a caution. Back to Hermes. Swings it in. Hooper is there. Mexico will take it away. Leyva. Taking their time to build this one up. Return ball for Leyva. Hermes misses with the challenge. Leyva still has it. Leyva still has it. And it's finally knocked out for a corner kick.
And Canada looking a little shaky defensively.
So it was good work all the way through there from Fatima Leyva. As you watch Dominguez, there's the corner. LeBlanc out again. She's very tall, so she will handle most of those balls. That's one area where she's very good. Downfield for Hooper. Hooper trying to get in behind. He's called for pushing off there.
And here's a look at that foul, Charmaine. Looked like a little bit of both of the players getting a little grab on each shirt.
Chapman back to knock that one away. There's LeBlanc way out again. However, her ball went right to the Mexican. There's Leyva. And then Sinclair is back to clear it to Nonen, who knocks it forward for Neal. Burtini. Can't do anything with it down the right side. This is Perez. Headed forward by Gerardo. Nonen misfires a little bit on that attempt. Chapman back to Boyd for Lang. Throw in for Canada. Mexico finishing second in Group 1. After these results, their most impressive game, a 5-1 victory over Panama. Chapman now. Perez knocks it out. Chapman will put it back in. Substitution here for Mexico in the first half. That's Monica Gerardo coming off, and going in is Guadalupe Warbis. And that's a bit of a surprise. Gerardo scoring both goals against Trinidad and Tobago in their final preliminary round game. But she's out here after 35 minutes, 36 minutes.
Well, one thing we noticed was the Mexican team has been very different each game, different starting lineups. So coach obviously getting each player ready to play and confident in all of their abilities.
Coach Leonardo Cuellar not afraid to change things up on a regular basis. Warbis is up there right now on the attack. And now there's a situation where the Mexicans thinking maybe LeBlanc is caught off her line and they try to flip it over her, in that case, Maribel Dominguez.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they go back in during the half and talk about that, because LeBlanc has been caught out a few times, and that's something, if I was on the opposing team, I'd be looking for that every time.
Well, she played way out in the last game against Costa Rica. Now, having said that, she had nothing to do. I don't think she made a save the entire game, but she was halfway to the center line most of the game. Now, this is a different game here. Mexico with lots of possession. She's not playing out quite as far, but she's playing out a long way. Here's Hooper now. Into the middle for Sinclair. Can't get a shot away. Too much traffic. And the flag goes up on that play. LeBlanc probably would have been there in time anyway. She was, but it's offside.
And again on that last, well, this is the offside here, but on that last Canadian attack, you're seeing that Canada's not attacking with numbers. It was Charmaine Hooper. She had to hold on to the ball until Sinclair made that run through. And even Sinclair making that run, she's going against 4 Mexican defenders.
Well, remember, they've decided that they want Chapman back, so that does make a difference there. There's LeBlanc's ball in. Headed forward. An opportunity there for Christine Sinclair. Mexico have played Canada even Steven and maybe a little bit better than Canada here in the first half, despite the scoreline. 1-0 Canada on an own goal by Dioselina Valderrama in the early stages. Corner kick for Silvana Burtini. Randy Hermes moves up. There it is, swung in there nicely, and the keeper does a good job there, Jennifer Molina.
A lot of confidence shown by the Mexican keeper there. She came out so strongly, grabbed onto that ball. Those are some of the hardest balls to really make contact with.
Hermes is back. Mexico take over. Stepping up is Sinclair. For Hooper in the middle. Comes back to Hooper. While Timko with the return ball to Hooper was wasted. Here's Warbus, the substitute. Timko on her, she lays it off. Number 6, that's Leva. That one knocked out by Boyd. Cleared by Vergara. And Timko the other way. Hermes heads it away. Burtini, that was meant for Hooper. Was into touch.
And Canada with too many unnecessary loss of possessions, just playing those balls into the Mexicans, really not even looking to see where the Canadian players are.
Nonen knocks that one down. There's Lang, letting it go on. Sinclair getting in tight. Again, can't get a decent shot. Sinclair has been in position several times tonight, but has been unable to get a good strike away. Chapman with a throw in for Timko. Back for Timko. It's a little too far. Dominguez is there. For Valderrama. Neal chasing.
The one thing Pellerud was concerned about in that midfield and with Andrea Neal was speed, and that's something that he's going to have to be aware of in the second half, because there have been a few instances of these Mexican players getting by the Canadian midfield.
LeBlanc to recover for Canada. That ball's for Lang. She was fighting against Gomez. Mexico win it back. Through ball was slightly behind, otherwise they were away there. Here's Perez. Knocked away. Timko back to Chapman. Chapman clears. Here's Lang. Carl Lang for Hooper. That was a good ball. Here's Hooper turning. Just played it a little too far ahead of herself. Neal. Back for Hermes. Hermes sends one in there. Lang can't get back for that one, and it's knocked out.
And really Canada counting on the 1v1 ability of those Canadian strikers. Charmaine Hooper getting that ball with 2 defenders around her, and really just hoping that Charmaine Hooper can beat these 2 defenders and try to score a goal. They got to get some more help there for the Canadian strikers.
Last 3 minutes plus injury time in the first half. Still 1-0 Canada. Timko with the header. Here's Burtini. Not sure what Burtini was trying to do with that ball. It went right to the keeper. There were no Canadians in the area.
It's such a different game when you're not attacking the whole game and all your players aren't moving forward, and you're seeing that happening with this Canadian squad. A lot of players caught defending, and then when those balls are put forward, those long balls are put forward, there's nobody there to retrieve them.
Here's Vergara. Knocked away by Nonen. Right to the Mexicans, though, however. Here's Leva. Chapman against Perez. Leyva, her ball goes out. Throw in Mexico. Here's Gomez. Leyva couldn't get to that one. Looked like she was going to make a good run in through there. 2 minutes of injury time added on. Gomez sends one right into the middle. It comes to Christine Sinclair, who has Cara Lang. Lang bobbles that. Keeps possession. In for Hooper, who was not going that way.
Well, if she didn't bobble that first one, she would have had a lot more space to run into. She had to cut the ball back and try to hit Hooper on that. Didn't work out.
Headed down by Boyd. Neal for Timko. Timko's looking for Hooper. Charmaine Hooper still with it. Taken down. Can't make a decent play.
I thought that was going the other way. Usually you're not allowed to kick the ball when you're on the ground. But Charmaine gets the call for her.
So it'll be a free kick for Canada here. Not a bad spot.
Well, we have seen them practice these free kicks, and they are lethal. They're probably one of Canada's strengths.
Free kick from Sharolta Nonen. There nicely. Andrea Neal with a header off the bar. Back out. Oh, the referee has blown that one down anyway. For a push. Good opportunity for Canada there.
And it was a great ball in. Looked like Andrea was just maybe pushing off her opponent a little bit.
Boyd and then Neal with the headers, then Timko. Timko moves forward again. Perez. Boyd cuts that one out. Her ball's too far for Lang.
And that's one good thing about Lang. She never gives up. She got that throw in because she didn't give up on pushing forward to that Mexican defender.
Now it'll be Candace Chapman. And they'll do it again. We're now into injury time. Canada by the 1-goal margin. Boyd. Nobody in for that one except the keeper Molina. Timko knocks that one out of bounds. This is Perez. Boyd is there, and that's a nice play by Brianna Boyd. Can't find Hooper with it. Christine Sinclair steps up. Here goes Sinclair. Burtini. Back for Sinclair. Christine Sinclair with a cross in for Hooper. And it's cleared. Andrea Neal, though, steps up to keep the pressure on. Here's Neal's ball. Canada with a nice little bit of offense there, thanks to Christine Sinclair.
And really a great run by Christine Sinclair. She knocked the ball in, went around Silvana Burtini for that ball to get played back to her, and a good opportunity for Canada.
So Canada with the only goal of the first half, it's an own goal, and Canada leads at the half. Don't forget, we will have a Sportsnet News. We'll send you back to the studios for an update there, our first half analysis, and we will chat with one of the big stars from the under-19 team, that's Sasha Andrews, when we come back. The score after 45 minutes, Canada 1, Mexico 0. We'll be back after this. We are back live at Safeco Field in Seattle, Washington. You're looking at 16-year-old Cara Lang. Hasn't scored yet. She scores often, but she's been unable to break through yet. And it looks as though Carmelina Moscato is coming into this game. As you can see right there, number 14. She's been hampered by a knee injury that she picked up earlier in the tournament and has not played for a couple of games, but she's back into this game now in place of number 5, Andrea Neal. So the veteran Neal is out and the youngster Moscato is in. You can see with her right knee still bandaged there. It was a slight ligament strain. Now Andrea Neal is obviously still on the pitch. It's Silvana Burtini who is out. Silvana Burtini is out of this game, and Carmelina Moscato is in. Moscato, an 18-year-old from Mississauga, Ontario at Penn State University. Evan Pellerud-Helen feeling that he needs something different in this midfield setup.
Well, and that'll be interesting. Moscato not having too much experience playing that left flank, although I know that's where she plays for her university team, so we'll see how she works out on this field, but they do need something in there. They need a little bit of oomph to get them going, because so far this game they haven't looked too sharp.
Here's Sinclair down the left side, and there's Moscato with it. Moscato has a great right foot. She's got a pretty good left foot too. That ball's knocked out by Mora. Moscato has it again. Here's Moscato making an impact already with the ball sent in. There's a header by Hooper, and the keeper makes the save. Molina was sharp there, and Carmelina Moscato was making Pellerud look like a genius.
And what a great ball across. I don't know if Hooper knew that Lang was right behind her, in a better position than Hooper, but not a bad effort.
So Canada coming as close as they could in the early going of the second half through Carmelina Moscato's nice play.
And a beautiful play here, gets around her defender, puts a great ball in, and look at this, Cara Lang coming in behind. Hooper gets a great header on. Good effort.
Charmaine Hooper has not come any closer than that so far this evening. Neal sends it forward. Lang into the middle. Here's Moscato again. Back for Timko. Hooper heads it on. There's Sinclair. Can't quite get to it. And it's cleared by Sandoval. Back in, there's Hooper. Canada coming out, looking very sharp here all of a sudden in the second half.
And they've also pushed Sinclair up into that left attacking position.
Here's Sinclair, swings it across the far post, a little too far.
Well, in that first half, didn't look like Canada was getting too much of an attack off, and this should help. Pushing Sinclair up, bringing in Moscato there. They should get a lot more balls going up to the forwards, and they should get a little bit more support from the midfielders.
Valderrama sends it forward. This is Dominguez. Nonen. Great work. Hooper wins the throw-in for Canada. Evan Pellerud applauding that last play.
Well, Sasha Anders mentioned that Mexico came out very strongly, very physical, and there's a good example of that. Great defending by Sharolta Nonen.
And here's a look at it.
And here's a look at her fighting for that ball back. Positions her body between the ball and the player and wins possession. Gets a tug and gets back up again.
And here's Nonen now with the free kick. Just a little too far over everyone. Molina recovers. Canada less than 45 minutes from a berth in the World Cup, but this issue is still in doubt here. Only the own goal is the difference. Here's Lang. Dangerous down that right side. Lang recovers. There's her ball into the middle. Hooper on it. Can't get squared for a shot. Canada looking much stronger here. I'm not sure what Pellerud might have said to them in the dressing room, or maybe they knew it inside themselves. They had to do something. now they've looked very strong in the opening few minutes. Timko. A wasted ball there by Canada as Leva recovers. Timko is bothering her. Leva still in possession with a nice ball to Vergara. Dominguez sends it in deep. And LeBlanc comes way out again.
And Mexico gets a corner. Looks to be a lot of miscommunication at that back line there.
Corner kick to Mexico here. Guadalupe Warbis was in the middle of that. She came on as a substitute after about half an hour. 36th minute she came on. And here's the corner kick for Mexico. Headed away by Hermes. There's a shot off the net. Doesn't even get over the line. Moscato brings it out for Canada. For Hermes. Deep for Hooper. Nowhere to go with it. Mora recovers back to Molina.
Those long balls straight up the middle again, they're not the best option, especially when it's Charmaine Hooper against 3 defenders.
Moscato for Neal, for Lang. Lang running out of room. Mexico very good at plugging things up at the back here. Hooper gets nutmeg right through the legs. Looping ball over the net. Canada having some troubles at the back, and here's another example of the kind of thing they've been facing this evening, with Karina LeBlanc in the middle of it.
And again, we see the ball get through here. Karina LeBlanc coming out. Really no need for her to come out with Brianna Boyd there, and a miscommunication gives Mexico a corner kick.
Hooper back to Neal, looking for Sinclair too far.
And good to see Sinclair moving up more, because in that first half she really was defending too much and didn't get to see a lot of her, although every time she made a run through that midfield she created some great opportunities for Canada.
Christine Sinclair with 7 goals leads the tournament. Timko heads it forward for Hooper. Lang. Again, the shot is blocked. Corner kick for Canada.
And you have to give these Mexican defenders credit. They've done really well at getting a foot on or getting a body part behind the ball. And you see Carl Lang trying to get a strike off there. That's all Mexico needs, is a little touch. Canada gets a corner kick, but great defending.
Carmelina Moscato is the designated corner kick taker when she's on the field, and here is her cross now. Hooper cleared. Boyd steps up. Then it's Leva clearing. Moscato for Timko. Timko's long ball goes all the way to Molina.
And Carmelina Moscato making a real impact on this team so far, doing great in the middle. They needed something there. They needed some spark, and she's just done that.
Miscue there by Mexico, allowing Canada to get the ball back. That one's too far for Sinclair, however. Well, Moscato has been good, and you know, we've talked about this before. The days are gone when Canada basically, if they brought in any substitutions, it was nail-biting time, but now there are some quality players to bring in here as circumstances dictate. This is Dominguez, knocked back, and then Sinclair heads it on, too far for Hooper.
Mexico keeping a lot of defenders back there, at least 5 to Canada's 2 or 3 players.
Mora now. Moscato heads it back, but it's out of bounds. The winner of this game plays the United States in the Gold Cup final Saturday. Those 2 teams will automatically qualify for the World Cup finals. The loser of this game plays Costa Rica. Knocked in. Here's an opportunity for Mexico. Back is Sharolta Nonen with another fine defensive play. Sinclair turns and clears.
You know what a gutsy defensive play by Sharolta Nonen. It's so scary when you're in the box and you're going shoulder to shoulder with your opponent because you never know if you're going to get called for a penalty shot. But she does such a good job just getting her body between the player and the ball, winning possession and getting that ball back up forward.
So Sinclair steps up and she will leave this one for Moscato to throw in. For Hooper. Another train goes by outside the stadium here. Timko can't get to that one. Chapman. Lang went up for it. Still in the boxes. Hooper was in behind, and I don't think the Mexican backliners knew she was there. Evan Pellerud has been working on penalty kick sequences. Carmelina Moscato, important on all set pieces, and they've spent a lot of time working on these plays just in case it happens, Helen.
Well, you never know. These games, a lot of the time, end in ties and go to penalty shots. We saw that in the under 19 World Cup with Canada and Brazil, and you have to prepare for every scenario.
Neal forward for Timko. Hooper in the box is called, and we've seen time and again in this tournament very soft calls by the referees.
Well, a lot of times, even when it's just a shoulder-to-shoulder ball and one player goes down, the player that's left standing gets called.
Swung in by Perez, knocked away. Here's Lang. Marked closely, there were 3 players on her there. Neal in for Hooper. Hooper can't get a shot away. Mexico is doing a very good job at marking very closely. Knocked away by Mora. Hermes can't save that one. Substitution for Mexico coming out here now. Coming out of the game is Jocelina Valderrama. Going into the game is Martha Moore. So it's Martha Moore into the game. Valderrama out of the game here for Mexico in the 57th minute. Throw in from Mora. In deep looking for Warbus. Too far. Here's Karina LeBlanc. Sharolta Nonen has made some great defensive plays here in this second half.
She's been critical back there for the Canadian defense.
Moscato. She gets called here. Evan Pellerud waving his arms frantically in the sidelines. Can't believe that call against Moscato.
And from this angle, it looked like Moscato was being pulled a little bit.
Here's Moore in deep. Trying to get around Hermes. He's forced back. Knocked in by Mora. Out comes LeBlanc. That's for Hooper. Defender falls down and Lang falls over top of her. Then Hooper is pulled down. Hooper gets up, retains possession for Lang. Here's Cara Lang with a shot over the net. And that's what we see sometimes from Cara Lang. The upside is she's 16, she's got a terrific strike. Sometimes it's wild.
And unfortunately, she gets caught up there. She would have been free to go running down that one side, but unfortunately gets stuck on that player. And then Charmaine, the same thing, but she gets a powerful strike, and that's one thing about Cara Lang. She's got a powerful foot on her, and sometimes you never know where the ball's going to go. This one goes up, up, and away, but sometimes when she strikes that one on net, there's no chance for any keeper.
Cara Lang, her 16th birthday last week, and is basically a fixture now in the starting lineup of the senior team. Evan Pellerud thought that perhaps she was out of her element a little bit in the under 19. Another look at that play, how she stepped on the player, Elizabeth Gomez, and then it was bodies flying everywhere. But Pellerud thought that Lang was maybe a little bit out of her element in the under 19, but then since then she has found her form once again, and he said he was She proved him wrong, basically.
Well, you watch her out there. She's probably one of the feistiest, hardest working players on the field. She never gives up. She works so hard. And, you know, that's something that a player has or doesn't have. And you'll never see her giving up on any ball, which is great. You want players like that on your team.
Cara Lang now with 10 goals for her country. And this is her 14th appearance. Brings her schoolwork with her on these trips. She was busy preparing on the ferry ride over from Victoria, where the preliminary round was held. Hitting the books whenever the opportunity arrives. Here she is now, swinging one in front. There's Hooper with a header, wide.
She's got a great cross, and there was a good example of that. Hooper getting her head on it nicely, just wide of the net, but watch this cross, beautifully taken, just gets her foot around it. Hooper gets her head behind it, but it goes wide, but another great chance for Canada. Different team this half, Jerry.
Canada have come out much stronger in this second half. Mexico seemed to establish themselves and got stronger and stronger as that first half went along. We'll see what happens here. Less than 30 minutes now separating Canada from a spot in the World Cup. Here's Christine Sinclair. And that foul goes Canada's way as Sinclair is taken down after putting the ball through Sandoval.
And that was a great call by the referee. She actually held off the call. There was a foul there. She wanted to see if Canada would keep possession, but after they didn't, she flew that one down, gave Canada the free kick.
So Sinclair, Lang, and Moscato are all there in the neighborhood of this free kick. These plays are basically set before the game ever begins, although Pellerud says once in a while, depending on the circumstances, Charmaine Hooper may take charge and decide who takes it. Here's Moscato stepping over, and there's Lang misfiring a little bit.
And Pellerud likes Lang to take those free kicks from that area because he thinks that her shot might scare the defenders. What do you think, Jerry?
He actually did say that he uses her to intimidate the wall. That strike of hers the other day on that free kick was unbelievable. It rocked the crossbar before dropping into the back of the net. Here's Hooper. Canada getting all kinds of penetration now. No foul called on that play. Here's Timko for Lang. As Canada seem to be forcing Mexico back here now.
And the more they keep forcing them back, the more you're going to see them having opportunities because we're going to have more men up there attacking.
That was Maribel Dominguez, but Sharolta Nonen, who's had a great game back there for Canada, was there first. Was Hooper pulled down here? Let's look.
Well, she definitely won possession of that
boy.
ball. That ball was all hers.
Nonen sends it down. Headed back by Mora. Sent to the far side by Vergara. Chapman is over there. Canada looking much better here in the second half. The call going Canada's way, and the Mexican whistles have come out. And the jeers.
And Canada looking to score that second goal as a safety goal because being one up, Jerry, you know, you're just nervous that Mexico's going to come back and tie the game up.
You never know. Ball sent in behind. And there's a weak attempt at goal.
And again, a little bit of hesitation by Karina LeBlanc. It actually looked like she was going to come out for that one at first. Changed her mind, went back in her net, and that was a good decision.
Sinclair heading it on for Hooper. Just a little too far. Sinclair and Hooper have combined a number of times here. They just haven't been able to get their timing together. Here's Martha Moore. Stopped by Hermes. Sinclair. Moscato. Headed down by Mora. Here's Boyd. Chapman. Chapman around one. Can't get around the second player, however, although she's still in there, stuck in fighting for it. Eventually losing out. Moore sends it forward. Back is Sharolta. Nonen once again. Amazing play from her.
What a great defender. That was incredible.
And another opportunity for Mexico, just wide. Scary times for Canada at the back. That time, Patty Perez. A great defensive play by Nonen, and then this one.
And Candace Chapman getting caught, and Karina LeBlanc really getting caught on that one as well. As you could see, she was heading one way, was stuck, and if that was on goal, that was in.
My goodness, Canada had come out in this second half playing very well. Well, Sharolta Nonen had to be sharp here a moment before that last play.
And what a great defender she is. She recovers past all the players. Dominguez was on her way to goal, and watch this, wins possession of the ball. What a defender.
Canada had come out very strong in the second half, but suddenly things have changed here in the last few minutes with Mexico getting back-to-back scoring opportunities, and miscues by Canada back there, responsible for it. Now Canada look to be back on their heels here. Cleared again by Nonen.
Again, there's that same problem of those Mexican defenders in front of the Canadian strikers.
Another ball played into the middle. Boyd just has no choice but to knock it away. Mexico have definitely come on here, very strong, and it's scary for Canada. Throw in from Martha Moore. Moore will leave it for Susana Mora. Back for Moore. The return ball for Mora is knocked away by Randy Hermes. Stepping up is Gonzalez. Gonzalez with room. And it's not offside, and that one's wide. It looked offside, but the flag did not go up. Mexico with a great opportunity.
And wow, that was as close as it gets.
Canada in a huge hole here right now. It's a big struggle for them.
And here's a, I don't know how that's not offside.
How on earth is that not offside?
How is that not offside?
The score holds on an own goal early in the first half, the 10th minute. Clara Jimenez of Costa Rica electing to let that one go, trusting her assistants. I don't know.
That wasn't even close, Jerry. That wasn't even close. I wonder the Canadian defenders all had their hands up in the air.
Randy Hermes knocks it in. Keeper is there. Well, perhaps it's justice that it did go wide, because that had to be offside. Moscato can't get by Moore. Moore takes it from her. Then Vergara. Mexico have come out of nowhere the last 5 minutes, and Canada have simply gotten back on their heels and look very shaky. Ball sent in for Lang. Hooper is racing into the middle. Lang by 2 defenders. Not a bad attempt in front either, but Molina is there.
What a great attempt by the young Cara Lang. So much effort put in that, and she actually gets around her defender.
Now, why was this not called? Watch this. That's not even close.
I don't know what the linesman was doing on that play.
Meanwhile, Sinclair for Hooper. Couldn't handle it. Recovered by Sandoval. Gonzalez to the far side. Forward. Here's Leyva. Timko is on Leyva. Return ball for Leyva. Back is Brianna Boyd. Challenged there by Warbus.
Well, again, we're seeing these Mexican midfielders controlling the ball. The more time you give these Mexican players on the ball, the more dangerous they become, because they're so good at tight control, at holding the ball close to their feet, at creating opportunities that you really have to close them down quickly.
That call goes Mexico's way, with Candace Chapman going down against Perez. The referee having her hands full. Canada having their hands full with Mexico. There's still over 20 minutes to go in this game. LeBlanc way out, and again comes up with the ball.
She is so amazing at catching those crosses. One of the toughest skills for goaltenders, and she's so good at it.
Well, and you get the feeling she's going to need to continue to be good at it the way this game's going. Here's Carl Lang. That ball just a little too far. She gets it before it crosses the end line. One move around into the front, chipped out.
Again, Mexican midfielders coming up with the ball.
Here's Hooper. Hooper taking a look, taking some time. In for Lang. There it is, and it's in! A second goal for Canada. It's 2-0. A startling turn of events here with this. Is it another own goal?
Well, I think you have to attribute that to the hard work of Cara Lang. Great ball in by Charmaine Hooper.
Well, Hooper with the cross. Elizabeth Gomez. Wow.
And another own goal.
Substitution as you look at Cara Lang, who was in the middle of that one. Coming out of the game is Warbus, and into the game is Iris Mora. It's Iris Mora in this game now for Mexico. Goodness gracious. Mexico with opportunity after opportunity, in Canada now with what appears to be the second own goal, leading to nothing.
And interestingly, Iris Mora was considered one of the strongest players on this Mexican side. She didn't start, but she plays for UCLA and is apparently one of their star players.
Well, she doesn't get into this game until there's 20 minutes to go. We've played 70 here. A very strange game, the way this has gone, with Mexico looking from time to time like the better side here, but coming up empty. Canada getting 2 own goals. Mexico deep in Canada's zone again here, but unable to come up with anything, but they do have to throw in. Another look at that goal. Let's see.
Nice cut back by Charmaine Hooper on that, but you know, I think you got to give Cara Lang a little bit of credit. All that hard work she's given this half has paid off.
And back here is Hooper now, working against 2 defenders. Hooper with a strike, and the keeper did well to parry that away. Wow, let's have another look here.
And Monica Gonzalez trips up there. Charmaine Hooper gets a great strike off and a good save.
So the corner kick now. Carmelina Moscato over to take it. Moscato's corner kick now. It's loose there. Return shot just off the post by Andrea Neal.
And Canada with another great opportunity there. Andrea just firing wide, but got behind that ball well.
I wonder if that second goal will have taken a little bit of the starch out of the Mexico attack. Here's Cara Lang playing the ball ahead just a little too far. And the yellow card has come out for Cara Lang.
Well, let's see this again because
she pulled her shirt, I suppose,
yeah,
from behind.
But I don't know if she saw Vergara pulling on Cara Lang's shirt.
So Cara Lang and Andrea Neal both with yellows here. I guess she called for tugging on the jersey.
But watch Vergara, she's going to tug a little bit here as well. Can't tell from that angle, Jerry.
Canada 2, Mexico nothing. Down goes Andrea Neal on that play. Timko tangled up with the Mexican. And it's Mexico's ball. That was Patty Perez.
And that looked like Timko actually got possession of this ball, and she did.
Well, we saw it in Edmonton, and we've seen it in this tournament, and I don't think we should be shy about saying it, that the quality of refereeing in the women's game is not what it should be.
Well, I remember back in '95 in the World Cup in Sweden, they started bringing in referees, a lot of female referees, nothing against female referees, but just to give them experience. But it was poor refereeing then. I think you've got to bring in the best referees possible, male, female, it doesn't matter. They're all soccer players and they just want the best refereeing possible on that field. And, you know, it doesn't really matter if it's a male or female, it just has to be the best referee.
Well, we've seen some strange ones here tonight. Hooper can't win that ball against Sandoval.
I think the biggest inconsistency is in tackles. Sometimes with females, if you're just shoulder to shoulder, you're getting called for knocking down the other opponent.
Here's Moscato in deep. She had time to take a look, but Canadian players electing to stay back, and now Moscato is down. And she's not getting up. It's knocked in by Hermes. Moscato continues to lay there as Mexico come back with Dominguez. Back is Boyd, and she just gets rid of it. Moscato now just getting up finally. And a yellow card coming out from the referee to number 3, Monica Gonzalez. Oh, she kicked her. Did she ever kick her?
If she kicked her, why didn't she call that as a foul?
She gives her a yellow card 20 seconds after the fact. I don't know, I'm stumped. Hermes in the corner, the ball goes out, goal kick Canada.
That just doesn't make any sense.
She definitely kicked her. That's almost a red card, that kick.
If it deserved a yellow card, it was a foul, which means you call it because Canada didn't gain possession of that ball.
Goal kick for Karina LeBlanc. We're now inside the final 15 minutes. Sinclair's header goes to Vergara. Back to Sandoval. Elects to go through the middle. Chapman is back, Nonen heads it, and then Chapman clears. Moscato is back up. The way she has come on here in the second half, she's been critical to Canada's performance here.
Well, she made an impact right away, and here we see Caroline making an impact with a great cross. And here's Moscato, great cut in, and a beautiful ball across. She's just made such an impact in the game. As soon as she stepped on that field, this team played differently. And one of the reasons they have her on is because of her set plays and her corner kicks, and there was a great example of that.
Pellerud might have a decision to make before Saturday's game because I think he had settled on her being on the bench, actually. Moscato not being quite ready to start in this team in the formation he wants and the personnel he wants out there, but the way she's played in the second half, perhaps he'll rethink that. We shall see. He'll have a couple of days to figure it out. They'll head to California tomorrow morning to prepare for either the consolation final or the final. Ball cleared by Boyd. Gonzalez missed it. Hooper gets possession. She's taken down, no call.
Hooper right now the lone striker really in that top position, and there's 4 Mexican defenders.
The throw-in goes back to Chapman. Lang. Back to Chapman. Smart move by Chapman there. Boyd for Chapman. Swings it in. And then Boyd steps up to knock it away. Mexico trying to organize again. Leyva. Vergara. Moore. Randy Hermes is there. Hermes, though, can't get it out the way she would have liked, and back comes Vergara. Oh, but good moves there from Christine Sinclair. Hooper, the lone striker, as you say, Helen. Sinclair finds her down the left side. Sinclair trying to hold it up, but it got away from her.
Not a lot Hooper could do there other than try and hold on to the ball because there was really nobody there to support her.
Hermes. Moscato. Too far for Sinclair. Throw in from Mora. Cleared by Moscato. Hermes. She can't control. There's Mora. Moore. Moore sends it across. There's LeBlanc again. Can't get to it. Finally cleared by Carl Lang, who was all the way back.
And that cross may be a little too far out for LeBlanc to be coming out for. It was curving outside too, which is even harder for a keeper to get.
Vergara. Knocked in by Mora. Timko and then Neal. Sleva. Timko comes out and fouls her.
And Canada really focusing defensively here now, Jerry, and we see that foul by Brittany Timko. You know, she really gets stuck in there a lot.
Free kick from well out here now. Mexicans trying to figure out how to do this. There it is, chipped in deep. And that will be a corner kick for Mexico. We're inside the final 10 minutes here. Mora to take the free kick, or the corner kick, pardon me. Nobody can get to that. And this time it's a goal kick.
LeBlanc not coming out for that one. Maybe a little too worried about coming out. Last time she came out, it was a little hesitant.
Don't forget this Saturday, another edition of Soccer Central between English Premier League games. We'll track the road to the Women's World Cup, inching closer and closer for Canada. A sit-down interview with Charmaine Hooper, where she talks about the present state of affairs with this team and what's in store for the future for her, and an update on MLS expansion that's coming your way on Soccer Central. Ball gets by the Mexican defender, but again, Hooper, the lone striker up front for Canada now, as Lang and Sinclair, who plays that attacking midfield position, have both moved back. Canada with numbers back now, and that ball just wasted into the corner. Canada basically trying to kill this game now. This is Sinclair. Wasting a few seconds before losing out. Throw in from Mora. Here's Vergara. A weak ball right to Moscato. Neal. Neal seemed to hesitate there for just a second instead of going hard for it. Hermes with the throw in. If this score holds, or if Canada wins by however many, we will have the final for you Saturday evening, 7 o'clock Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. It's Canada against the United States. Once again, Canada has to win this game for that to happen, and that's how close Pellerud is right now. 7 minutes to go. He took Norway to the World Cup. Now he's trying to do it with Canada after 2.5 years at the helm of this program. Last World Cup for Canada was, I guess you could call it a near disaster. I guess it was a disaster. 3 straight losses, Helen.
Yeah, pretty much like the World Cup in '95. Wasn't too successful for Canada.
And there comes, I believe, a yellow card, yes, for Iris Morris for the way she bumped Karina LeBlanc, who went out for that ball. And LeBlanc is down still.
That was uncalled for.
Oh, that was nasty. Downright nasty.
A little frustration there.
guess that's perhaps out of frustration over the way LeBlanc has so freely roamed back there, and she's maybe trying to send her a message. It's a little late to be sending messages. If you're going to do that, you might want to do it early, as opposed to when there's only 6 minutes to go and down by 2. However, they keep coming. That one cleared by Hermes. Ball played into the middle, and Mexico have possession. Here's Mora for Moore. Hermes steps up. Moore does a nice job to get it in, and it's cleared by Boyd. Mora has it again. Vergara. Hooper simply takes it away from him. Here's Charmaine Hooper by 1. Charmaine Hooper with an opportunity. There's too many defenders back there, and Hooper is alone, killing time, and finally runs out of steam.
That was a great effort by Hooper, though. Beat a couple defenders, held onto the ball.
Great work from Charmaine Hooper. Canada trying to make a substitution here now. Christina Kiss is getting set to come into this game for Carmelina Moscato, who's probably feeling the wear and tear from that kick to the back of the leg. And so into this game now is Christina Kiss, a 21-year-old from Ottawa, plays for the Ottawa Fury, making her 32nd appearance for Canada. And she has come on as a substitute in several games, and she has been strong from the outset when she's made an appearance. Here's Sinclair, down the left side, Hooper in front. Kiss moving up, Lang is up as well. Here's Timko. Knocked in by Hermes. Less than 5 minutes to go now. Moscato talking to the Canadian team doctor there. That was a nasty kick to the back of her leg. So we'll see what the result is once they get to Los Angeles and start preparing for the final. Canada 2, Mexico nothing on 2 own goals. That's a very unusual way for the scoreline to go. Here's Moore. Into the middle. Chipped on for Mora. Mora working against Sharolta Nonen. And the foul goes Canada's way.
And that was a good job by the referee there. It looked like Mora was looking for the call.
Timko goes down. There's no call made there, and that ball is off the line. Timko pleading with the referee for her case there, nothing doing. Burtini Timko, 17 years old. Her 7th appearance here for Canada at the senior level. Inside 3 minutes now, plus injury time. Hooper nearly coming away with that on a miscue by Sandoval. Here's Mexico forward now. Far outshot, and that time LeBlanc was almost too far back. She was right on the line.
I don't know if she can make up her mind. You know, a couple miscues, that happens. You don't know where to position yourself after a couple times of not being sure.
She's so far out, but that time she was caught right on the line and the whole net was available. Here's Hooper the other way. Hooper, it's a bit of a dangerous move by Charmaine. Referee Clarith Jimenez has had a busy time of it tonight.
Charmaine uses whatever she can to try and get around the player.
Tackling Susana Mora. The referee late with the call there. Fouled was Perez. Cleared by Nonen. And that's a good way to waste a few seconds. Inside 2 minutes now. Mexico desperate to come back. Boyd clears. Over Hooper. Canada will just knock it back every time now pretty much unless they have space to run. Neal to the far side for Chapman. Charmaine Hooper is by herself up there hoping to perhaps get it and hold it up a little bit. Sinclair challenges and wins the ball. Sinclair in deep. With all kinds of time. Too much time perhaps, so she's going to waste it. Great work by Christine Sinclair to kill some more off the clock. Here's Hermes. Inside the final minute plus injury time. Nonen. 3 minutes to be added on here. 3 minutes of injury time. That's what separates Canada from a berth in the World Cup finals in China next summer. That ball headed back, and it's left for LeBlanc to clean up. Here's LeBlanc now. Headed down by Mora. Knocked forward by Kiss for Hooper. Hooper, her jersey getting tugged now.
Charmaine getting the call against her on this one.
Well, she pushed her a little bit, I suppose. Nearly lost her shorts on that exchange. You're now into the 3 minutes of added time. Mexico. Back the other way with Sandoval. Here's Hooper. Nowhere to go, really. There's a bad ball given up to Cara Lang. Lang just sends it deep.
And a strange scenario here, seeing Canada in the defensive end this time. The zone.
Mexico coming back. Don't forget, Sportsnet News, the primetime edition in all regions after this game to wrap up the day in sports, so you can stay up even later and catch that. Here's a ball played in, this time for Mora. She can't get to it. LeBlanc is there. Mora elects not to hammer her this time. Over Hooper's head, headed back to Molina. Canada now just seconds away from going to the World Cup. Kiss heads it forward. Gonzalez has it. Brianna Boyd steps up and knocks it away. Canada simply defending now. Ball played into the middle where Vergara has to hustle over for it. Leaves it. Neal steps up. Good play by Neal for Hooper, who's by herself. Just going to kill some time here for Kiss. Back for Hooper. Flag goes up.
And a nice little play by Christina Kiss there. Charmaine Hooper getting caught up a little bit, just a little bit.
Mexico back now quickly with Dominguez. Can't get by Nonen. And the referee pulls out another card. This is for Dominguez, I suppose, for arguing that she didn't get the call on that play.
We don't see that given very often.
Well, in figuring that's what happened. Leonardo Cuellar making a point. His team certain to play Costa Rica now in the consolation final. And the winner of that game still has a backdoor opportunity to qualify for the World Cup. They'll play an Asian team yet to be named. Here's Hooper. Christina Kiss runs up to get in position to take the cross, and she's there. But her shot is deflected by Gonzalez. Canada doing great work to hold up the ball in the other team's zone here and kill this clock.
Jerry, you mentioned that Canada has so many substitutes they can put on at any point and have confidence in. And Christina Kiss has come into this game and done a great job.
And there it is, the final whistle. Canada have earned themselves a berth in the World Cup Finals 2003 in China with a 2-0 victory over Mexico here at Safeco Field this evening. Congratulations to Team Canada. We'll be back to wrap it up in just a moment.